Okay, so like I was saying, it only the little high-res camera, not super high-res, but semi-high-res. It only has 8 gigabytes on a memory card of 8 gigabytes, so it only saves for 70 minutes. It only records for 70 minutes. But maybe we can, if somebody reminds me, maybe we can take a break in the middle. Because there is, like, what day is it today? Today is Wednesday. Like Monday. Monday was quite a heavy day. Today is also a heavy day. So we're going to talk about minimum spanning trees. And that's a very standard thing. Oh wait, yes, good, it is recording. Everything is recording. So minimum spanning trees are a standard topic in pretty much all third-year algorithms courses. But we're going to add a little bit on. Most people frequently cover only Kruskal's algorithm. We're going to cover Kruskal's algorithm, the proof of correctness, obviously, Prim's algorithm, the proof of correctness, and then we're going to talk about why you would want to use one or the other, and in particular we're going to talk about the implementation of Kruskal's algorithm, which is, it sounds really easy until you ask the question, okay, how would you do that? And then you think, okay, that requires a sneaky new data structure, which one of the learning objectives of this course is learning how to use sneaky data structures in the design of your algorithms. So this is good. But maybe we can take a break, if people remind me, and we have time between the proof of correctness and Prim's algorithm and the implementations. By the way, if people are shy and don't want to, I don't know if you can put up your hand or ask a question anonymously in this, but if you want to, you have my WhatsApp number. So if I set this so it will make noise, then you should be able to, yeah, it says it's, you should be able to WhatsApp me. Somebody has a question? Sarah?
Yeah, Travis.
Yep.
You can also send me private message in the chat, so I can also let you know if they have questions.
Oh, perfect. Great. Yes, this works too. Okay, so so Sarah is here to be the moderator and keep things running properly. Okay, so minimum spanning trees. So like most of the classes recently, you start off, you're given a graph. You're given a graph, say this graph, and it's the edges have weights, so edge-weighted graph. And the idea is you want to, now it's a connected graph. We assume it's a connected graph, otherwise this is impossible. Connected means you can get from anywhere to anywhere. And you want to find a tree which spans the graph, which means the tree includes every vertex in the original graph, so that's spanning. It's a spanning tree, and you want it to be minimum, which means that the total edge cost of the edges in the tree is minimized. Okay? So you can think about this like you have towns and you have roads, and you want to pave the roads such that it's possible to get from any town to any other town driving only on paved roads. Okay? Or you have electrical devices, you want to put cables such that the current, like, you know, Christmas lights, like you have to connect all of them such that you can, all of the electrical devices get power from some source. Or you have so electrical networks or networks of like fiber optic cables or whatever. Okay? So you don't care in this problem, you don't care what is the width of the graph, the time it takes you to get from any town to any other town. You just care that they're connected, that you can get from one town to any other town driving possibly a really long way, but on paved roads. And you want the total cost to be minimized. Okay? Everybody get this? Good. So this is an instance. You have towns which are conveniently labeled from A to I. I drew this, so this is in the textbook. I drew this last night. At least it's in my edition of the textbook from the 90s. How do you do this? So how do you do this in polynomial time? Well, you do this with a greedy algorithm. Well, so there are actually, we're going to see two algorithms. There are a lot of algorithms. Okay, people have solved it. This problem has come up over and over again throughout in history, and people have solved it many, many times. Okay, this is not like Karatsuba's algorithm where people multiplied the slow way until 1962 and finally there was a breakthrough. People ran into this problem and solved it a variety of ways. So I think on an exam in the fall, I taught Prim's algorithm, Kruskal's algorithm, Prim's algorithm, and then I gave, on an exam or an assignment, I gave Barutka's algorithm. Okay? So, Kruskal's algorithm. So, what is Kruskal's algorithm? Well, Kruskal's algorithm is sort of it's a greedy algorithm. So we sort things. Remember, greedy algorithms, you sort things and then you take things, and if you can take them, you take them in the sorted order. Sometimes after taking stuff, you resort. We'll see that with Prim's algorithm. Kruskal's algorithm, you sort things, you take them, if you can, you take them, and if you can't, you throw them away forever. Okay? Now, in some super sophisticated greedy algorithms, you take them, you throw them away. Maybe you can revoke things. You take it, and then maybe later you throw it away. In this case, we don't get into that in this course, I think. The things we are taking or throwing away are edges. How are we going to sort the edges? How would you sort the edges greedily? What is the obvious? Max value. Okay, so we're not trying to maximize the value here. Though that would actually, yes, smallest to largest. So we're going to do it by weight, and we're going to do it by smallest weight to largest weight. So let's say the smallest weight is GH, which has weight 1, and then FG. Notice it doesn't matter what order I write because this is undirected. And then CI with weight 2. And this is a pain because in the actual class I made people yell things at me. And then it's CF with weight 4. There is nothing with weight 3. And AB. So we don't care about ties. So AB, CF, it's both 4. There's no 5, so is it then GI with weight 6? Anybody correcting me? No? GI, there's only one 6. CD has weight 7. AH has weight 8. BC has weight 8. DE has weight 9. EF has weight 10. BH has weight 11, and is that everything? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Foop. What have I missed? Oh, 14. DF. HI. Where's HI? HI was 7. Oh, yeah, okay, sorry. And DF is 14. Thanks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Good. Okay. So, we want to take things in this order as long as we can. We can take things as long as they do not wreck our treeness. Okay? So, we don't keep a tree. In general, we keep a forest, and then we add edges which connect trees in that forest, and so actually we don't have treeness, we have forestness. Okay? But then when we connect all the trees in the forest, we get one big tree. A forest of one tree, one big tree. Okay, so GH, we can take it, right? Because it doesn't wreck our forestness. Okay, so originally, oh, I shouldn't do this, but because I have to, originally we have a forest which consists of lots of trees, each which only have one node. Okay? So now we connect these two trees. So now there are loads of trees which consist of only one node, and one tree which consists of two nodes. Okay? FG. If we take FG, does it wreck our forestness? No. Okay. We can take it. So we take it, we take it. CI. Does it wreck our forestness? No.
Travis?
Yep.
I think the marker is not very clear to see from our perspective. It's not very obvious.
Okay. Is that better?
Yeah.
Okay. CI. We take it. CF. This should be better on the high-res camera. CF. We can take CF. It doesn't wreck our treeness. Ding. AB. Doesn't wreck treeness. GI. Where's GI? Okay, does GI wreck our treeness? Our forestness? If I take GI, do I have a forest? Yes, because this creates a cycle. A forest is an acyclic graph. It doesn't contain cycles. So I cannot take GI. Can I take HI? No, because it also creates a cycle, right? So I cannot take HI. CD. Where is CD? CD. Can I take CD? Yes. AH. Can I take AH? Who says yes? Okay. Yes, we can take AH. BC. BC, can we take BC? No. Because that would create a cycle, quite a long cycle, right? So we cannot take BC. DE. Where is DE? DE. We can take it. So there are some cool things to know about trees. A tree on n vertices has n-1 edges. You can use that in one of the questions on the homework assignment because given a graph, you can figure out given a connected graph, you can figure out how many edges you have to delete to leave a tree. That comes up in question something. Okay, EF. EF, can we take it? No. This used to be, in a class, I could point to people and say, EF, can we take it? Stop looking at your phone. Tell me about EF. I can't do that so easily now. Okay, BH. BH. So actually, using that thing I just said about the number of edges, you can actually tell that we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And how many edges do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So actually we can't take any of these. Well, we can look at BH. Where is BH? BH. We cannot take it. It creates a triangle, which is a cycle. DF. DF, we cannot take it because it creates another triangle, which is a cycle. Okay? So, that's Kruskal's algorithm. That's pretty easy, right? Anybody have any questions about Kruskal's algorithm? There's one question you could ask, which I will defer to the second half of the lecture. But if not, we can keep going. Okay? So, problem definition. We've done the problem definition, we have done Kruskal's algorithm. Now we want to do the proof of correctness. Well, we have been talking about how to do proof of correctness. Question?
Travis, Drew asked about this.
This is guaranteed to make a minimum spanning tree. Yes, that's what we're just about to prove, the proof of correctness. That it does actually do what we want it to do. So yes, it is guaranteed. Okay. So how do we do one of these proofs? Well, the same way we've been doing these. I'm just going to check nobody's WhatsApping me. No. So how do you do a proof of correctness for a greedy algorithm according to the template we've been following? Well, you say, before we take any steps, our empty subsolution, okay, before we take any steps, can you read this? Apparently yes. Sarah, can you read this? Yes. Okay. Our empty subsolution can be extended to an optimal solution. Assume that after I steps, our subsolution can be extended to an optimal solution S. So when I taught this in Chile a couple of years ago, I went over this so many times. I would make them say along with me, after I, assume that after I steps, our sub-solution can be extended. And, you know, I would get this chorus going. And then when I got to the exam, none of them wrote that. Like, nothing. Why? Why did you think I was just doing that for fun? No. Okay, so we claim that after I plus 1 steps, our subsolution can be extended to an optimal solution as prime. Okay, so this gets into the tricky bit. Oh, yes, barely. I need a third whiteboard, or I need a webcam. Still no webcam. But in the...
Would you like me to write it from the whiteboard on my end? So, so that people can see it from the shared whiteboard? But it just, in that case, you would not be able to see your writing on the board, unless...
I should get a high-res webcam. It's actually, I will write, so the stuff I'm saying, this is you have seen before. When I get into the actual argument, I will write bigger. Okay, and the other thing is the high-res webcam. Apparently, your Bright's zoom apparently lowers the resolution depending on bandwidth. I don't know if Brightspace is that smart. But there is a high resolution recording that I will post afterwards on YouTube. Yeah, okay, I will try to write a little bit bigger. This stuff you have seen before. It's the same. Assume that after I steps, our sub-solution will be extended to an optimal solution. Eventually you're going to know this by heart. What does that mean in this case? It means that we have considered some number of edges. Some we have taken and some we have thrown away. And it means that there is a sub-solution which contains the edges we have, I can just barely read it, but it's not easy. Take some decoding on my car. Sorry. I can't really move the laptop closer because then the camera is sitting on the ironing board right behind the laptop. And if I move it closer, it doesn't take in the whole board, and then people complain. I will write bigger when I get into the tricky bit. So, the idea is we've taken some and we've thrown some away, and there's an optimal solution which extends what we've done. That means it comes in and it adds to what we've taken, and it doesn't take any of the stuff we've thrown away. Right? So remember, this is like, at some point, we're waiting for the algorithm expert to arrive, they're stuck in traffic, and we've had to make some choice. Edges are arriving and we're saying, yes, take this one, no, don't take that one. And then at some point we say, okay, at 12:30, the algorithm expert will arrive and say, oh, well, I wouldn't have done it that way, but don't worry, I can keep going, and we still get an optimal solution. So we assume that at 12:30 we still have this property. Oh no, did one of those just burn out? Oh no. I think there are usually 2 light bulbs in those. Oh. So otherwise it's still pretty bright, I guess. So at 12:30, we want to show that if we take another step, the algorithm expert can still arrive and save the day. So, this is going to use one of these exchange arguments. So, the idea is, well, the easy case is for the I plus first step, we either take an edge or we throw an edge away. Okay? People are leaving. Why? Oh well. Okay, so if the algorithm expert arrives and would do the same thing, why are so many people leaving? Oh well, okay. They will watch the recording afterwards. The algorithm expert arrives. If S agrees on our I plus first step, then we're fine, right? Okay. Suppose that S extends our sub-solution after I steps, but it doesn't do the same thing we would do on the I plus first step. For example, it could be that, what's a nice example? Here, there are ties. It's possible to take, so I think in this graph it's possible to reorder things so that you, if you consider this, maybe it's not. Okay, maybe this graph, it's not possible to take, yeah. Okay, so in this graph, this is annoying. Why do they do it this way? It's not possible to take any, to break ties and have it make a difference to the eventual graph. I thought it was. I must have done a graph like that in the fall semester and designed it myself. Anyway, so suppose that for the I plus first step, we do something and we assume S doesn't do what we do. So there are two cases. We can, for the I plus first step, either we take an edge or we throw an edge away. If we throw an edge away, how do we know that the algorithm expert couldn't do something different on the I plus first step? I can ask somebody, some randomly selected person. If somebody would like to volunteer, okay, I will move and then scroll and scroll and scroll and scroll. Liam Hibbert, how do we know that if the algorithm, if there is an optimal solution S, are you there? Liam? Okay, attempt 2. Oh, okay, you're there. You can turn your mic on. Do you have a mic? Or you can type. That's still fine. Okay, that's, okay. Okay, I can just sort of try to do this in yes and no or no questions. How do we know on the I plus first, so we're going to do the I plus first step. S, there's this optimal solution S, which on the edges, on all the edges we've considered so far, if we take them, it takes them. If we throw them away, it throws them away. How do we know that if the I plus first edge we consider, if we throw it away, we want to be sure that S must not include that edge? Well, why would we throw it away? We're greedy. We're taking the edges as much as we can. Presented with an edge, if we can take it, we take it. So when would we throw it away? It would have to break our forestness. Yes. Okay. Okay. I should have more patience. Yes, if it breaks the treeness, if it creates a cycle. If it creates a cycle with the edges that we've taken so far, we assume that S contains all of the edges we've taken so far. So it also creates a cycle in S. So S is an optimal solution. It's a minimum spanning tree, so it's a tree. It can't contain cycles. So if we throw an edge away, S must throw the edge away as well. Okay? So that leaves the tricky case. What if okay, good. What if we consider the I plus first edge and we take it, and S says, no, I don't like that edge. I want to throw that edge away. Now this is a bit tricky, so I'm not going to make this a question. So then S doesn't take the edge. So we consider, so let's suppose that we have S,